Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, para penonton sekalian, dengan lafaz bismillah, Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera dan salam satu Malaysia pada para hadirin dan penonton sekalian. Selamat datang ke Toyota Gazoo Racing musim ketiga, perlumbaan ketiga yang kini berlangsung dari Stadium Negeri Pulau Pinang, Batu Kawan, Pulau Pinang.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is a bright and sunny and very, very hot afternoon here in Batu Kawan Stadium, Penang, and we are here to celebrate the TGR Toyota Gazoo Racing Festival race number 2. And today we're going to be seeing the entire grid of the super sporting class going out for their race here today. Hope you guys are excited because I sure am.
Memang tidak sabar untuk menyaksikan segala aksi yang akan berlangsung di Stadium Negeri Pulau Pinang, Batu Kawan ini. Dan para penonton sekalian, inilah dia highlight-highlight, sorotan-sorotan daripada semalam, di mana aksi-aksi yang telah pun terlepas yang berlangsung semalam memanglah hebat. Kita pun telah lihat perlumbaan-perlumbaan antara super sporting, kategori super sporting pada sorotan pertama ini.
That's right. The entirety of the first race was dominated by Tengku Janlei, who led with an astonishing 4.9 second lead ahead of second place man Mark Darwin from Laser Motor Racing. But truly one of the highlights of this race here is going to be Brendan Paul being able to keep P3 and holding back Boy Wong, who had to finish in P4. However, tragedy struck when car number 38, Kenny Lee from Gani Racing, crashed out on lap number 9 and is forced to DNF for race number 1.
Di mana semalam kami pun menyaksikan, memerhatikan kehandalan Tengku Janlei dengan kebolehan dia untuk memegang posisi pertama, bukan sahaja dengan kehandalan dia, namun dengan jarak yang begitu jauh antara posisi pertama dengan posisi kedua. Tengku Janlei memanglah dengan keyakinan yang tinggi akan memasuki pusingan ini dengan begitu gembira dan bersedia untuk berlawan bertungkus lumus.
Yeah, but unfortunately he has his work very much cut out for him, because in race number 2, they're going to be taking the top 6 finishers and putting them in reverse order. That means that Tengku Janlei, even though he finished first, he's going to be starting from 6th position in race number 2, and then followed by Mark Darwin in position 5, Brendan Paul in position 4, Boy Wong in position 3, William Ho in position 2, and Freddie Ng in position 1.
Di mana beberapa pemandu-pemandu kita telah pun di mana berpegang kepada posisi pertama telah pun ditukar daripada starting grid ke posisi-posisi terakhir. Itu merupakan satu halangan yang besar bagi Tengku Janlei, kerana bukan sahaja dia kena berlawan daripada bawah, namun dia kena berlawan di sirkuit yang begitu ketat, begitu padat, yang tidak mempunyai banyak ruang untuk melakukan teknik overtake.
Yeah, and indeed, when I was talking with some of the drivers yesterday, they indicated that, compared to round number 2, round 3 is actually fairly straightforward for them, because for the most part, all the track surface is all asphalt. So they only need to concern themselves with how they're going to tackle these corners, and it's very straightforward. Most of them are 90-degree turns. Maybe there's only a couple of points where it's a little bit difficult because you have to manage the brake transfer. But for the most part, these drivers, they're feeling very confident with this track. So I expect that the racing here is still going to be very, very tight. I'm not sure if we're going to be seeing a lot of overtaking, but knowing how fast the Gujan is, I wouldn't put it behind him to actually get a few places above some of his competitors here today.
Daripada segi kelengkapan kereta, semua kereta yang telah pun disediakan bagi para pemandu kita adalah sama. Perbezaan adalah di mana pemandu-pemandu kita yang mempunyai mata-mata tertinggi akan diterima beban di mana berat akan ditambahkan kepada kereta mereka. So sebagai contoh, Tengku Janlei yang telah pun berjaya menangkap markah yang paling tertinggi telah pun mengambil beban sebanyak 35 kg. Dan bagi pandangan Victor ini, adakah ia menjadi satu halangan bagi Tengku Janlei untuk merampas kedudukan pertama itu?
Well, to be entirely honest, I think it has not really affected his pace at all because throughout round 2 and round 3 as well in race 1, he's been showing that even though he's carrying so much weight, he's still very much a fast driver that a lot of other competitors still have difficulty in keeping up with. So that's why I feel that even though 35 kilograms sounds a lot, but at the hands of a driver as experienced and as skilled as Tengku Jan, it's as if it doesn't even exist at all.
Di mana Tengku Jan dengan kebolehan dia memegang pole position telah pun berjaya mendominasikan, menunjukkan kehandalannya. Namun pada hari ini Super Sporting perlumbaan kedua ini Tengku Jan Lee akan berada di belakang, di agak-agak belakang atau ke tengah-tengahan grid. So di mana halangan-halangan dia bukan saja daripada segi beban tapi daripada pemanduan defensif yang telah pun disediakan bagi para pemandu yang ingin menghalang Tengku Jan Lee. Apakah saingan terbesar Tengku Jan Lee memasuki pusingan kedua ini Super Sporting Class?
The first obstacle I would say is definitely Mark Darwin. He's going to be starting alongside him in row number 3. And Mark Darwin, if you remember right, he's the guy who finished in second place in yesterday's race. Now, even though he wasn't able to give a lot of pressure to Tengku Jan, but he was able to finish within 4.9 seconds of Tengku Jan. So I expect he's still going to be pretty fast. And given that he's going to be slightly ahead of him, if he can get a very good start, he would be an obstacle for Tengku Jan for sure. But another driver that Tengku Jan must be wary of as well is going to be Brendan Paul. Now, Brendan Paul is going to be starting in row 2, but he's going to be directly in front of Tengku Jan. And seeing the battle that Brendan Paul had with Boy Wong, we know that he's a very good defensive driver. He knows how to hold his position. So Tengku Jan must pull every trick in the book if he wants to be able to get past Brendan Paul.
Di mana antara semua pemandu-pemandu yang telah pun berjaya menghabisi perlumbaan ini, Kenny Lee merupakan satu pemandu yang telah pun ditimpa banyak kemalangan tapi nasib yang buruk. Nasib yang sangat buruk. Berpegang kepada kedudukan kedua di mana di mana lap ke-5 atau ke-6 keretanya telah pun bertemu dengan dinding-dinding konkrit yang telah pun disediakan sebagai barrier keselamatan bagi marshal-marshal kita dan para penonton kita. Adakah Kenny Lee boleh memulihkan diri dia dan adakah dia boleh bersaing untuk merampas balik kedudukan dia di kategori ini?
It's going to be very hard to say because definitely his pit crew has already done a very good job to turn the car around to allow it to be ready for race number 2. But the fact still remains that taking some damage there is definitely going to affect his pace. Now, the fact is that he's going to be starting from the back of the grid, so it's still going to be a very difficult position no matter whether or not he had the ideal car setup or not. So either way, I feel that for Kenny Lee, his best bet right now is just drive as best he can given the circumstances. If he can at least get past a few people or maybe even past Shafiq Ali and just play for the points at this stage of the race here, because again, there's not much he could do given that he's basically had the worst of luck in yesterday's race.
Untuk makluman para penonton dan para hadirin sekalian, bagi Super Sporting Class perlumbaan kedua ini, pintu keluar pit akan membuka pada jam 1.35 dalam jangka masa 2 minit. Sebanyak 22 lap perlu dihabiskan oleh semua pemandu-pemandu kita kalau tidak berjaya untuk sampai sebanyak 22 lap, maka masa sebanyak setengah jam untuk selesaikan segala pusingan-pusingannya telah diberikan bagi race director kita pada hari ini. Daripada segi cuaca pula, memanglah matahari panas terik sangat. Adakah itu akan menjadi faktor bagi grip yang telah pun disediakan bagi tayar-tayar para pemandu kita di atas track nanti?
Well, not really. I think in terms of grip, you're going to be having a track that is completely dry, completely hot, and that's going to be a very grippy track actually for these drivers to drive on. I think the bigger concern is going to be the driver's own welfare because again, they're going to be caged inside their cars for the entire 22 laps or half an hour that this race number 2 is going to be the race number 2 is going to be on. So the thing is that I feel that what will give way first is not necessarily the capabilities of the car, but maybe the capabilities of the driver to endure the entire 30 minutes.
Kita perhatikan di mana semua pemandu telah pun bersedia dan memasuki track dan berada di kedudukan masing-masing di tempat pertama di kereta nombor 3 dari mewakili Telegamas Toyota, Freddy Ang, dengan semangatnya, dengan sedianya ingin berlumba dengan tungkus lemus.
Yeah, so Freddy Ang, who had finished in 6th position, is going to be starting in the first row. So that would be very interesting to see. But also William Ho, who have been mostly out of the action in race number 1, is definitely going to be looking forward to pulling some good action here today, because he will be starting alongside Freddy Ang. So at best, he probably could actually earn quite a few points if he can try to at least maintain some good positions in race number 2.
Di kedudukan ketiga pula, Boy Wong di dalam kereta 21 dengan thumbs up bersedia untuk berlumba. Kami pun memperkenalkan pada pemandu-pemandu kita. Inilah dia, boleh dinampak semangat-semangat di mana pemandu kita telah pun berada di track, telah pun bersedia. Dan inilah dia Brandon Paul daripada pasukan Dream Chasers di kedudukan nombor 4, kereta nombor 22. Ditimpa banyak sangat nasib yang buruk. Brandon Paul telah pun berjaya untuk menangkap balik nasib yang baik dia di Penang ini.
Yeah, I'm seriously happy for Brendan, because his crash in round 2 really hurt his chances here. But definitely a lot of eyes is going to be on Mark Darwin car in position number 5 here, because he is probably the best person to give a fight here to Tengku Jan, and given that he will be starting a little bit ahead compared to him. But again, this is going to be a rolling start here, so it's going to be kind of interesting to see how Mark Darwin is going to approach this battle. But this is going to be the man of the hour here, Tengku Jan, aka the Prince of Drift. He's definitely looking very confident here today, but he's got a lot of work ahead of him, so I just have to wish him all the best of luck.
Boleh dikatakan Tengku Jan daripada segi cara pemanduan dia merupakan satu pemandu yang sangat teknikal dan banyak pengalaman. Tapi di belakangnya, di kedudukan nombor 7, Syafiq Ali daripada pasukan M7 Japan Project Team di dalam kereta nombor 7 telah pun bersedia berlambai kepada para penonton, para penyokong dia. Dan Kenny Lee yang telah pun ditimpa nasib yang malang semalam akan bercuba sebaik mungkin untuk merampas balik kedudukan dia dan mewakili Kegani Racing Team di dalam keretanya nombor 20 nombor 38.
Yep, so Shafiq Ali, he didn't quite have the cleanest of races yesterday. So I think for him, he's going to have to focus on trying to get a good, consistent race here for race number 2. But particularly for Kenny Lee, again, his car has been repaired, so it's fully ready for today's race. But I think for him, his goal here is just basically to be able to finish the race, to at least prove that he does have the pace here to at least fight for some points in race number 2.
Okey, Victor, saya ingin bertanya satu soalan saja. Dia memang satu soalan yang senang. Perbezaan antara static start ini yang kita biasa nampak dan rolling start. Apakah faktor yang paling terbesar yang boleh mengubah suai kedudukan-kedudukan para pemandu-pemandu kita, di mana rolling start itu mungkin akan memberi peluang kepada para pemandu yang berduduk ke belakang untuk melepasi kedudukan-kedudukan depan?
Okay, so the rules of a rolling start typically would be that the drivers have to maintain a certain speed limit as well as their positions. So that means no overtaking until they've already gotten past the start-finish line. So the point between when the pace car goes into the pits and the drivers come across the line is going to be the most crucial part, and that's equivalent to how it's going to be doing a standing start when they're waiting for the countdown. But I think the big difference is that in a standing start situation, your reaction time plays a big factor in whether or not you'll be able to start earlier than the others, but also your level of control, because when you're trying to put all of your power onto the wheels when your car is still stationary, it's going to be a bit hard to maintain traction. So astute drivers will be able to balance the throttle and clutch in order to enable the car to get a smooth start. But with a rolling start, that's no longer going to be the question. It's all about their reaction time. How quickly can they hit the pedal the moment the race begins?
Okey, para penonton sekalian, 5 minit lagi sebelum mulanya perlumbaan ini, dan penerangan Victor adalah terlalu senang dan terlalu jelas. Kita kenalah pandang kepada reaksi-reaksi pemandu ini, di mana rolling start itu selagi kereta safety car telah pun keluar daripada grid, dan selagi pusingan telah pun bermula, di mana pemandu-pemandu kita telah pun berlepas daripada start line, finish line itulah momen, itulah detik yang terpenting bagi para pemandu kita yang ingin merampas kedudukan yang tinggi.
Yeah, and I mean, just one more thing I should add about a rolling start. I think when it comes to the tension for the drivers, it is pretty much the same for both. Because again, you're basically going to be in a grid together with your other drivers. You're constantly thinking about when it's going to be time to go, and also what the other drivers are going to be doing on track. Because again, in any kind of start situation, you always have to be aware about where your opponents are at any given time.
Daripada segi isu keselamatan, adakah apa-apa isu keselamatan daripada rolling start itu? Sebab kadang-kadang di mana rolling start itu kita akan lihat daripada segi kadar acceleration, daripada segi kadar kawalan kereta dan pergerakan kereta itu di dalam grid itu, di mana grid itu terlalu padat, tidak mempunyai banyak ruang. Adakah itu merupakan peluang yang tidak selamat bagi para pemandu kita yang ingin mencari peluang untuk overtake mana-mana saingannya?
I mean, again, the risk I'd say is just about the same as a standing start. The thing is that during a rolling start, they have to adhere to the speed limit. If they do not, they will face a penalty from race control. So all the drivers will basically try to stay in formation as best they can, at least until they get over the start-finish line.
Peperiksaan terakhir. Dan itulah dia, horn telah pun dibunyikan, safety car pun telah dilepaskan untuk membuat peperiksaan di mana track untuk mengenal pasti apa masalah di mana track itu, untuk periksa ada apa debris atau kelebihan yang ada di atas track itu. Biarlah selamat, biarlah tidak ada sebarang kerisauan bagi keselamatan pemandu mahupun marshal mahupun penonton dan para hadirin sekalian.
That is right. So the 1 minute marker should be coming up very, very soon. So the drivers definitely will be very much at near the height of the tension now. They will be even more tense by the time they get started with the rolling start. But for sure, right now, this is their time to collect their thoughts, to ensure that they already put themselves in the right mindset to face today's race.
Selain daripada raungan enjin, kita boleh rasai detik-detik intensnya, betapa berdukdap mereka menunggui dalam kereta. Sebab bagi saya sebagai seorang pemandu, seorang racer yang telah pun berduduk situ dengan panas, mereka pun tengah bersedia untuk melepas segala-galanya dan cuba sebaik mungkin untuk merampas kedudukan yang teratas itu. Memanglah satu benda yang diingini oleh para pemandu-pemandu kita. Namun Freddie Ang, William Ho, Boy Wong, Brandon Paul dan Mark Darwin merupakan halangan yang perlu diatasi oleh Tengku Janleh.
It's going to be a really tough order because I think for most of the drivers here, there's very few overtaking opportunities on the Batu Kawan track. So I'm going to be very interested to see what Tengku Jan will be able to pull off here. You know, there may be a few points here and there where the track is just wide enough to two cars to go alongside. It's just a matter of whether or not they can actually get the necessary speed to get themselves into the inside line or not. So that's definitely something that we will be looking forward to when we get the race underway.
Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, bagi makluman anda, track ini dengan kepanjangan sebanyak 1.692 km dengan pusingan sebanyak 10 dan jalan lurusnya sebanyak 256 meter. Ini adalah satu track yang begitu teknikal dan berbanding dengan bandar Malaysia di mana kita berada di TUDM pada beberapa bulan lepas, boleh dikatakan lagi konsisten daripada segi terrainnya, daripada segi konkritnya berbanding dengan bandar Malaysia. So itulah dia, horn telah pun dibunyikan. Detik-detik menunggu akan bermula untuk kita start kita punya pace lap. Itulah dia. Ingatlah tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, perlombaannya belum bermula lagi. Mereka telah pun melakukan pace lapnya, rolling startnya. Tetapi bila mereka melepasi garisan permulaan itu, itulah di mana perlombaan kita telah pun bermula dan perlawanan yang akan ditunggui oleh ramai.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, you could tell the tension's really high in the air there from how these guys just coming off the line there. They just can't wait to actually get this race started because you know that this is going to be their last shot here to earn as much points before they go into round number 4. And because it's going to be quite a long break before then, so I think all bets are off. I hope to see a little bit more aggressive driving here, especially from the Super Morning class, because remember, these guys represent some of the best drivers in Malaysia here. You know, we got the big names like Teguh Jan, we got big names like Mark Darwin, Boy Wong, and Freddie Ang. So these guys definitely are here for the win. You know, nothing short of that is going to satisfy them for sure.
Tetapi Teguh Janli di dalam kereta bernombor 23 itu memanglah banyak mata memerhatikan dia. Adakah kehandalan dia dan pengalaman dia akan membawa dia kemenangan, ataupun Mark Darwin, Brandon Paul, Boy Wong, William Ho dan Freddie Ang merupakan satu halangan yang begitu besar bagi Teguh Janli. Kami akan ketahui semua fakta-fakta ini dalam jangka masa yang pendek akan datang ini. 22 lap perlu dihabiskan, perlu dilengkapkan oleh para pemandu kita, dan mereka akan ke finish first starting line ini, dan bermulanya pusingan pertama pada hari ini, Super Sporting Class race kedua.
That's right. So they looks like they're going to be taking positions on the grid again. So perhaps waiting for the actual start. It should be a rolling start here. So let's wait and see what the signals from the race director will be.
Bendera kuning telah pun diberikan kepada para pemandu kita. Kami akan lihat permulaan yang akan datang nanti. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, haraplah anda semua bersedia. Lampu merah telah pun dikeluarkan. Rolling start rasanya.
Maaf saya. It's already a super retarded race. Okay, so sorry. I guess there was a little bit of wrong information that was provided there, but really, I think that's a pretty good start so far. We haven't had any collisions going through turns 1 and 2. Freddie Ang is going to be leading the pack, followed by William Ho. Then we got Boy Wong just ahead of Mark Darwin, who actually got past Brandon Paul. Teguh Jan is still stuck behind him, so that could be a bit of trouble there for Teguh Jan, because Brandon Paul, as we know from last race, bit contact there in the wall there for Teguh Jan, trying to chase up to Brandon Paul. He has lost his side mirror. He's lost a lot of pace. I think it might have got a puncher as well. Teguh Jan might have just destroyed his entire race with one swift kick to the side of his car.
Nasib memang malang tidak berbau bagi Teguh Janli dengan pusingan pertama, lap pertama telah tidak dihabiskan. Teguh Janli telah pun bertemu dengan dinding konkrit itu, dan kita boleh lihatlah daripada segi cara pemanduan dia.
He had a look at the inside of Boy Wong, and it looks like they had contact, but Boy Wong successfully recovered his car. A baller is got knocked down by Brandon Paul. He got up alongside Mark Darwin. He will be able to take his position there as Mark Darwin now drops down to P5, but he is still fighting back, going down the main straight here. He will be going into a heat, going into the turn 1, but Brandon Paul has the inside line, and so does Shafiq Ali. Mark Darwin could be in a bit of trouble there, because Shafiq Ali is giving a lot of pressure to him, but he still hangs on just in the nick of time there, and still stays in position behind Brandon Paul.
Mark Darwin menekan kepada Brandon Paul. Namun Brandon Paul cuba sebaik mungkin. Adakah dia akan berjaya untuk melepasinya? Kami akan melepas pada pusingan ini, tapi tidak. Satu lagi. Itulah dia, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, Shafiq Ali tadi. Maaf saya, banyak sangat aksi yang telah pun berlangsung ini. Banyak drama, banyak aksi. Teguh Janli telah pun dikeluarkan. Adakah markah Teguh Janli, kedudukan Teguh Janli terjejas di dalam pusingan ini, Victor?
That's right, because Mark Darwin now has a really good opportunity. He is fighting his way up the grid right now. He knows that as long as he can take the win here in race number 2, he will be in a fighting chance for the championship here between him and Teguh Jan. But for now, though, the race is still going to be led by Freddie Ang. But this is interesting. Teguh Jan is getting a tire swap. So will he try to rejoin the race, though? Because he has to, again, he's probably going to be 1 lap behind. It's going to be quite difficult, but I think he wants to try to race for points. Here, look at the replay here of the collision. It looks like Teguh Jan, again, he was very aggressive on the exit, but unfortunately misjudged the distance between himself and that concrete wall. So that big impact there definitely caused a puncture to his rear right tire, and that's why he needed to get the swap.
Boleh dikatakan Teguh Janli dengan agresifnya memasuki, tapi pengeluaran daripada daripada corner itu tidak mencukupi dan boleh dikatakan bertemu dengan dindingnya. Tapi Tengku Janleh boleh dikatakan 2 lap kebelakangan di mana Freddy Ang sekarang berada di lap nombor 2. Kedudukan para pemandu kita tidak berubah langsung kecuali antara Mark Darwin dengan Brandon Paul. Brandon Paul telah pun berlanggar tadi dengan Mark Darwin, tapi kehandalan Brandon Paul dan Mark Darwin untuk mengawal keretanya tidak menjejaskan kedudukan mereka. Ini adalah satu perlumbaan yang memang cantik yang telah pun ditunjukkan bagi mereka, dan Tengku Jan memanglah perlu banyak bekerja kalaulah dia ingin memegang kepada kedudukan dia di pusingan ini.
Yeah, but let's also not forget that Mark Darwin is still in the race. Here's a look at the replay here of his collision with Boy Wong. It looked like he had a look on the inside there going into turn number 8, but that unfortunately didn't quite, Boy Wong did not quite give the room there, so they both collided with each other. So that, I would say it was a very good save there from Boy Wong, being able to, despite the car being so oversteered there, is able to bring the car back straight before coming into the next corner, and is still able to stay just ahead of Mark Darwin. But for sure, Mark Darwin will be trying again with the attack onto Boy Wong there, because he knows that the higher he's going to be able to finish here, the bigger, the smaller the gap of points between him and Tengku Jan will be. But Tengku Jan, is he going to be rejoining the race here? We did see him have the tire change, but the thing is, he's going to be about 2 laps behind the race leader, so it's going to be a lot of work if he wants to try to gain some points here for this race.
Daripada segi cara pemanduan para pemandu kita, Mark Darwin kita mengikuti dia di dalam kereta nombor 63 mewakili Laser Motor Racing, begitu konsistennya dia berlawan, namun berpegang kepada kedudukan nombor 4. Kedudukannya antara dia dengan Boy Wong memang agak jauh. Perlawanannya memang akan susah bagi Mark Darwin untuk memulakan, namun ada banyak peluang bagi Brandon Paul untuk menekan Mark Darwin. Boleh dikatakan jarak mereka tidak begitu jauh. Adakah Mark Darwin boleh bertahan dengan tekanan-tekanan yang ada bagi dia daripada Brandon Paul dan juga tekanan yang dia beri kepada Boy Wong?
So Brandon Paul is trying to maintain his position just ahead of Shafiq Ali. They had a bit of a scrap early on when Mark Darwin dove onto the inside in turn 3 and basically was able to overtake Brandon Paul in that instance. But for now, he has a couple of side mirrors, I think, broken. Oh, sorry, only one side mirror broken. Shafiq Ali also has one broken on the exact other side. So the thing is, pace-wise, it looks like Brandon Paul is not able to keep up with Mark Darwin, but he certainly is facing a lot of pressure for Shafiq Ali at this point. But also facing pressure now is going to be Freddy Ang, because William Ho is starting to close the gap between them as they come down towards turn 7 and 8.
Lengkapnya lap keempat, kita ada 18 lap lagi dan satu pengumuman bagi pemandu nombor 22 bagi race director nanti, bagi Brandon Paul nanti daripada race director. Dan kami akan lihat ya, daripada segi perlumbaan ini, Freddy Ang telah pun berpegang kepada posisi nombor 1, di mana belakangnya William Ho telah pun memberi tekanan kepada dia, namun tidak melakukan segala-gala teknik atau aksi untuk berlawan. Tapi kami akan lihat tekanannya, jaraknya antara Freddy Ang dengan William Ho semakin berdekat. Apakah Freddy Ang perlu lakukan untuk menambahkan jarak dan memegang kepada pada posisi nombor 1 ini?
So he has to drive very defensively, and that means, you know, you always have to hug the center of the track. You know, you have to leave no gap there, especially to turn 3. William Ho having a very good look on the inside there, but doesn't quite have the entry speed necessary to catch up to him coming into turn 4. But again, the main thing for Freddy Ang is that he has to keep his cool. He has to be able to drive very cleanly and consistently, make sure that he keeps an eye on his positioning relative to William Ho, and ensure that there's no mistakes or gaps that William Ho can exploit, and that means that he has to widen that gap somehow.
William Ho dengan cubaan untuk menangkap garis lumba daripada luar untuk mencari ruang untuk melepasi Freddy Ang telah pun ditutup oleh Freddy Ang dengan cantik. Inilah masa-masa yang telah pun dicatat bagi William Ho dan Freddy Ang di pusingan di lap 2, 3 dan 4 yang telah pun berlepas. Tidak banyak jarak masa, tapi di dalam perlumbaan sebanyak setengah saat pun adalah jarak yang terbesar daripada segi masa dan jarak.
I should also note that it seems like Kenny Lee is retired, or at least his times are not showing up on the board here. Whereas Teguh Jan, again, we did see him rejoin the track, so that was very good to see actually that Teguh Jan is going to be back in the fight. However, Teguh Jan is 2 minutes behind the nearest car, so even if he's going to be able to do some good maneuvers here,
Bumper dengan perlawanan bumper ke bumper ini, Brandon Paul dengan Syafiq Ali dengan agresifnya berlawan antara satu sama lain. Brandon Paul tidak memberi sebanyak ruang kepada Syafiq Ali. Syafiq Ali sekarang daripada belah kiri, Brandon Paul cuba sebaik mungkin dia keluar daripada satu lagi kemenangan, tapi tidak apa kerosakan yang memang tak begitu serius antara Brandon Paul dengan Syafiq Ali. Tapi sekarang Syafiq Ali saya rasanya telah pun berpegang kepada kedudukan dia, di mana Brandon Paul belakangnya.
It's a flash of frustration there from Brandon Paul, but that was a brilliant move there by Syafiq Ali by forcing himself on the inside there. He forced Brandon Paul in a position where it's either he's going to try to defend his line there or he's going to collide into Syafiq Ali. And that kind of aggression is what we love to see here. And we can watch it again on the highlights. You can see Syafiq Ali, he tried to go for the feint on the outside. Brandon Paul moves to block, but then Syafiq Ali sees the gap. He goes right in there, right up against the bollards and forces Brandon Paul into that unfavorable position and blocks him out on the exit. That's brilliant overtaking there for Syafiq Ali. Definitely a highlight for today.
Memang satu cubaan yang cantik dan telah pun berjaya untuk melepasi Brandon Paul. Tengoklah dia, keluaran dia daripada pusingan itu memang cantik, di mana sekarang Mark Darwin menjadi sasaran seterusnya bagi Syafiq Ali, tapi jaraknya makin besar antara Syafiq Ali dan Mark Darwin. Mark Darwin sekarang cuba sebaik mungkin untuk menekan kepada Boy Wong, tapi sebaik saja jarak yang telah pun diciptakan oleh Mark Darwin kepada Syafiq Ali, Boy Wong telah pun buat kepada Mark Darwin. Apa perlu dilakukan oleh kedudukan nombor 3, 4 dan 5 ini untuk mengubah suai kedudukan mereka?
Well, the thing is that Mark Darwin definitely needs to pick up the pace here because in terms of lap time, him and the other top 3 drivers are pretty much equal in terms of their best times. So the thing is that if he wants to be able to catch up and get a podium position here, he needs to be able to catch up to the rear of Boy Wong and pressure him and hopefully force him into an error to allow him to get past him. William Ho, however, has been steadily improving his own lap times. It's not the fastest we've seen so far. That still goes to Teguh Jan, who is set at 1:15.5. It's definitely one of the best drives he's trying to do at the moment, but unfortunately, I feel that the gap is still going to be too big, especially with only 14 laps to go. Even if he is able to do 1 second per lap faster than all the other grid, he's still going to be very much far behind even the last place man.
Boleh dikatakan jurang masa bagi Teguh Jan memang begitu besar dan begitu lebar antara dia dengan kedudukan nombor pertama itu, iaitu Freddy Ang. Namun kami akan memberi tepukan gemuruh kepada Teguh Jan kerana kebolehan dia, semangat dia untuk menghabiskan, menamatkan sebanyak 14 lap di dalam pusingan kedua ini di Super Sporting Class yang kini berlangsung di Batu Kawan Penang ini.
I mean, this is the kind of fighting spirit that we love to see from racing drivers. I mean, we've not many drivers will be like Teguh Jan, where if after a collision like that, they get immediately back in the race, even though all the odds are stacked against them. But I think one wild card factor that Teguh Jan might have is if a safety car gets called out in this race, because when a safety car comes out, all the gap that's between him and the other drivers is going to disappear just like that, and that's going to enable him to at least have a fighting chance of getting some more points and salvaging this race number 2.
Sebanyak 13 lap lagi tertinggal bagi penamatan pusingan ini. Kami ada lagi 2 lagi pusingan di dalam kategori-kategori berlainan. Namun Super Sporting, kategori Super Sporting ini merupakan satu kategori yang penuh aksi, penuh drama dan memang penuh kemurungan bagi Teguh Jan tadi itu.
Yeah, that's indeed right. But as far as the front of the grid is concerned, though, it looks like Freddy Ang is still able to maintain a good lead ahead of William Ho. Currently, it's at 1.5 seconds since the last lap. They will be coming across the line very soon, coming into the final sector here. And I'm going to be interested to see whether or not Freddy Ang will be able to make some good gains. But if all things go accordingly, looks like Freddy Ang might be the big victor here, as he will be able to gain the most amount of points in race number 2.
boleh dikatakan jurang jarak antara kedudukan nombor 1, 2 dan 3 semakin mendekat, dan kita boleh katakan Freddy Ang walaupun dia boleh dikatakan selesa di kedudukan nombor 1 ini, namun di belakangnya William Ho dan Boy Wong menekan antara satu sama lain untuk berlawan untuk kedudukan nombor 2. Boleh dikatakan kedudukan Freddy Ang selamat buat seketika ini, tapi di dalam sekelip mata sebanyak satu perubahan yang besar boleh berlaku.
Yeah, I mean, the big change could come actually towards the end of the race there, we know, when all the drivers are a little bit exhausted and there's a higher chance for them to make mistakes. And definitely, I think that's something that William Ho is going to try his best to endure, you know, because he's maintaining a very good, consistent lap time when you compare it to Freddy Ang. The gap is at 1.4 seconds, so while it's not an increasing climb here, he's still able to maintain at least enough distance, enough gap between him and Freddy Ang to the point that he can at least try to pressure him to drive a little bit faster and hopefully, you know, force him into an error. But for now, I think Freddy Ang is definitely stepping up to that challenge. He's holding very, very well despite all that pressure on him, and he looks to be pretty confident in the lead right now.
Boleh dikatakan kadar akselerasi di mana Freddy Ang, William Ho dan Boy Wong boleh dikatakan ada bertambah, di mana di mana long straight itu telah pun memberi peluang bagi mereka untuk menambah kelajuan mereka, tapi di mana pusingan pertama itu memang akan memperlahankan aksi-aksi itu bagi pusingan pertama dan kedua itu, di mana satu lagi straight yang panjang itu kepada pusingan ketiga dan keempat dan kelima, chicane itu memang tajam juga. Boleh dikatakan kadang-kadang bila kita berlawan di garis pandu itu, kemalangan boleh berlaku, peluang boleh diambil kesempatan, namun tiada peluang akan diambil tiada peluang yang telah pun ditunjukkan kepada para pemandu kita, di mana kedudukan mereka tetap tidak berubah buat pusingan, buat lap ke-11 ini.
Well, William Ho is still slowly but surely gaining onto Freddy Ang, so with 11 laps to go, I wouldn't be surprised that they will be within half a second of each other within the next few laps. So as long as William Ho can continue to give this pressure here to Freddy Ang, we could be seeing a big battle unfolding ahead of us when it comes to that P1 position. As for the rest of the grid though, Tengku Jan still attempting his best now to lower the gap between him and the rest of the field, but he's still 2 minutes and 2 seconds away from Brendan Paul, so it's still going to be a heck of a hill to climb for him, even though he is consistently setting 115s all across the board. So he definitely is driving just as fast as he did, you know, when he was in the lead in race number 1. It's just unfortunately, because of the circumstances, it may not be able to affect the result that he will end up with in race number 2, barring any unforeseen circumstances.
Boleh dikatakan Tengku Janle digelarkan sebagai Prince of Drift, tapi dengan masa-masa yang telah pun dicantikkan oleh Tengku Janle bagaikan dirasukkan hantu. Dia cuba sebaik mungkin untuk menangkap balik kedudukan dia, namun jurangnya terlalu besar. Boleh dikatakan drama yang telah pun berlangsung tadi di awal-awal pusingan tu boleh dikatakan menjadi halangan yang terbesar bagi Tengku Janle, bukan sahaja pemandu-pemandu dia yang berada di track.
Yeah, so you can see William Ho is literally right up under the tail of Freddy Ang here, so he might be setting himself up to try to make an overtake in the first sector, as long as he can still keep up with Freddy Ang though. So Freddy Ang really needs to be able to hold on despite all the pressure. This is going to be a very crucial moment for both of these drivers here. In the meantime though, I would have to say, looking at the way Shafiq Ali is driving, you would think that he's starting to actually drive the wheels of his car, because he's constantly sliding in and out of every single corner I've seen him drive through.
Well, kami akan lihat ya daripada segi Freddy Ang dan William Ho, mereka akan berpegang kepada garis pandu yang sama, dan kami akan lihat ya William Ho mungkin akan cuba sebaik mungkin untuk mencuba melepasi William Ho, dan kami akan lihat ya daripada segi garis luar ni dia akan cuba sebaik mungkin, tapi adakah peluangnya terlepas? Peluangnya telah pun terlepas, dan Freddy Ang telah pun berjaya untuk memegang kepada kedudukannya, dan satu lagi pusingan itu telah pun berlepas. Freddy Ang tetap selesa di kedudukan dia nombor 1 sebanyak 13 lap yang telah pun berlangsung. 9 lap lagi tertinggal di dalam Super Sporting kategori perlumbaan kedua ini.
Yeah, I love seeing how William Ho actually started to move his car into the center there. So he's basically indicating to Freddie Ang is that I'm ready, you know, when you are. So by the time like I get close enough, I'm going to try to go for that inside line overtake in turn number 3. So you better be ready. So Freddie Ang, you know, if he's been keeping a close eye on his rearview mirror, definitely by this point he will be facing the pressure. But speaking of pressure as well, Mark Darwin is slowly being gained on as well by Shafiq Ali, whom I mentioned earlier have been driving pretty aggressively over the last few laps. So it looks like that actually has paid off because he's now within half a second of Mark Darwin coming down the start-finish straight. So perhaps we might be seeing 2 battles here unfold as race number 2 has 8 laps to go.
Kami akan lihat ya daripada segi cara pemanduan Shafiq Ali begitu agresif, begitu ganas untuk memberi challenge kepada Mak Dawin, tapi Mak Dawin sebaik mungkin untuk menutup segala peluang bagi Shafiq Ali ini. Shafiq Ali sekarang dan Mak Dawin, kedua-dua mereka akan berada kepada garis bandu yang sama, tetapi tiada peluang bagi Shafiq Ali untuk melepasi Mak Dawin. Boy Wong tetap akan berada di depan Boy Wong tetap akan berada di hadapan Mak Dawin, tapi perlawanan ini adalah antara Mak Dawin dengan Shafiq Ali, di mana Mak Dawin akan menerima tekanan dan Shafiq Ali akan memberi sebanyak tekanan yang boleh di setiap pusingan-pusingan ini. Tengok betapa dekatnya Shafiq Ali cuba sebaik mungkin untuk mencucuk Mak Dawin, untuk mencuba untuk memberi tahu Mak Dawin, saya ingin melepasi anda, berilah saya ruang. Tapi Mak Dawin, kedegilannya memang ternyata. Tapi kami akan lihat sentuhan antara bumper-bumper mungkin akan berlaku di satu lagi pusingan ini yang akan datang antara Shafiq Ali dan Mak Dawin.
I think Shafiq Ali thought he had an opportunity there, but Mark Darwin's defensive driving has pretty much made it impossible for him to try to make a move there in Sector 2. So again, he has hedged his bets onto Sector 1. He's sticking very, very close. He's basically less than half a second behind Mark Darwin across the line just now. So Shafiq Ali is certainly giving a lot of pressure here to Mark Darwin. Will Mark Darwin actually crack under the pressure here, especially now that they're coming down the main straight, going to turn 3. Shafiq Ali going for the inside here. Trying to go for the He has it. He has the inside. Mark Darwin had to give way, and Shafiq Ali gets past him. He takes P5.
Shafiq Ali menunjukkan sebanyak-banyak peluang yang telah pun diberikan bagi dia. Akhirnya dia berjaya merampas kedudukan Mark Darwin daripada dia dengan merampas kedudukan dia dengan satu garis lumba yang begitu cantik yang memaksa Mak Dawin untuk memberi ruang bagi Shafiq Ali. Memang cantik. Satu perlawanan yang memang bagus yang datang daripada Shafiq Ali, dan inilah dia sorotan yang datang daripada perlawanan itu, Victor.
Oh, that was really good. That was basically he nailed the read there onto Mark Darwin. He knew that it was a slight gap, so he just went for it. He braked a little bit later. He was able to turn in much harder than Mark Darwin, and Mark, as soon as the front bumper of Shafiq Ali was already right up against his side, he knew that battle was already lost, so he had to give way there. He didn't want to risk getting even a bigger collision here, because remember, if he retires here, he's still going to be very far behind Teguh in the title points. At least in P5, he should be able to salvage a little bit of points, keep that championship fight going all the way until race number 4.
Kami akan lihat ya antara Mark Darwin dengan Shafiq Ali. Kami akan lihat kami akan lihat untuk satu pengumuman bagi Shafiq Ali daripada race director kita, kena ada satu perbincangan antara Shafiq Ali dengan race director kita, rasanya sebab penyentuhan bumper yang telah pun berlaku ataupun cara pemotongannya boleh dikatakan begitu.
I know. I would think
ganas.
Yeah, ganas might be the word, but I think they might have a bit of concerns about how aggressive he's been driving, especially when chasing after Mark Darwin. But I would say, just looking from the footage, you know, of the overtake that he did with Mark Darwin, I don't feel that there might be cause concern. There wasn't contact. I guess the argument could be made that he didn't have the inside yet, because he didn't have the right of way yet, because he wasn't quite at the B pillar of Mark Darwin, as in it's not within sight range of Mark Darwin when he made that move. You know, we did see him do a similar thing when he came to Brendan Paul, but he was already alongside him by the time he got around towards the chicane. So I don't know. I mean, this is definitely something that the race directors, maybe they want to give him a little bit of a talk, or maybe they want to kind of like give him a bit of warning about how exactly he should approach some of these battles. But one thing's for sure, Shafiq Ali definitely has been fighting very hard in race number 2, and now he's definitely looking at a very strong points finish at P4.
Boleh dikatakan Shafiq Ali di mana dia bermula di kedudukan nombor 7 telah pun berjaya untuk naik, kedudukan nombor 7 tadi itu berjaya untuk menaik sebanyak 3 posisi ke kedudukan nombor 4. Adakah Boy Wong akan terjejas kedudukan nombor 3 dia dengan Shafiq Ali? Adakah Shafiq Ali akan mendapat peluang di mana 5 lagi lap yang ada? Adakah masanya mencukupi bagi Shafiq Ali melepasi Boy Wong?
I mean, just looking at how close he's already getting to Boy Wong, I would say that's very much on the cards. I mean, he's absolutely flying throughout the track, I have to say, because not only has he already gotten past Mark Darwin, he's already starting to chase up to Boy Wong. Now, the battle for first place has been going on, for the last 5 laps, but there's been no changes other than William Ho slowly just creeping up onto Freddie Ang's behind. But the thing is that Shafiq Ali is definitely setting himself up to maybe even nab a podium point here. So this is going to be an interesting development to watch here. I just wonder what the race directors actually think about Shafiq Ali's little drive right now, because I just really hope he doesn't actually earn a penalty, because so far he's been providing a lot of good racing here today.
Ya, haraplah dengan keganasan yang telah pun ditunjukkan oleh Shafiq Ali untuk melepasi pada pemandu-pemandunya, haraplah result yang terakhir itu tidak akan ditimpa malang dengan denda, dengan penarikan penolakan markah yang akan dikenakan oleh dia daripada race director atau segalanya. So kami akan lihat ya, Shafiq Ali tetap akan berpegang kepada kedudukan nombor 4, Boy Wong kedudukan nombor 3, nombor 2 akan kepada William Ho, dan nombor 1 akan kepada Freddie Ang. Tiada sebarang perubahan daripada segi kedudukan antara Freddie Ang dan William Ho, tapi perubahan yang terbesar di antara semua pemandu-pemandu kita pada hari ini adalah Shafiq Ali yang daripada bawah datang daripada belakang berjaya untuk melepasi satu demi satu dan berjaya untuk merampas kedudukannya nombor 4. Tapi kita ada lagi 3 lap untuk selesaikan sebelum kami akan catatkan segala-gala urusan yang telah pun berlangsung di pusingan ini.
Oh boy, one trying to go for a very defensive line there coming down the main straight, so Shafiq Ali may not have the opportunity to go to overtake like he did with Mark Darwin, but he's still sticking very, very closely behind him going down towards turn 4. This is a very crucial point here. It looks like both drivers will be able to clear it just in the nick of time, but then the chicanes will be coming out. Remember, this is the place where Shafiq Ali managed to do the overtake onto Brendan Paul, and Boy Wong knows this. He's going to drive very defensively, taking the inside line as much as he can, not leaving any gap going down to chicanes, but Shafiq Ali is still very, very close. Look at the way his bumper is just magnetically attached to the rear of Boy Wong's car.
Saya bergiling kepala dengan keganasan yang telah pun ditunjuk oleh Shafiq Ali. Boy Wong boleh rasa berdebar-debar daripada nampak Shafiq Ali daripada belakang rearview mirrornya. So kami boleh dikatakan ya dalam istilah bahasa English, we close the door, no, we shut the door on Shafiq Ali. Kami lihat ya, Boy Wong cuba sebaik mungkin untuk menutup pintu. Setiap kali Shafiq Ali membuka pintu itu untuk mengintai ke dalam, namun ditutup ke mukanya oleh Boy Wong. Shafiq Ali cuba sebaik mungkin untuk berlawan, tapi satu lagi lap tertinggal. Adakah Shafiq Ali akan berjaya untuk melepasi Boy Wong dan merampas kedudukan podium daripada Boy Wong?
Yeah, it's going to be something I want to watch here. 2 more laps to go. They are going about side by side. Shafiq Ali does have quite a speed. Boy Wong has the inside line though. He has perfect defensive line here. So Shafiq Ali will not be able to capitalize on it going to turn 3. So the thing is that Boy Wong has to be able to keep doing that for the next few laps, because again, Shafiq Ali is just not letting up the pressure whatsoever. He has not made any severe mistakes at the moment. But the thing is that he is still literally right onto Boy Wong's tail. So one mistake from Boy Wong's side and it is going to be over. Shafiq Ali will be taking P3.
Sebanyak 5 lap telah pun terlepas di mana Shafiq Ali membuka pintu bertubi-tubi ke arah Boy Wong, dan Boy Wong secara langsung menutup pintunya, menafikan segala peluang yang datang daripada Shafiq Ali. Namun Boy Wong cuba sebaik mungkin untuk memegang konsistensinya. Namun Shafiq Ali dengan keganasan yang ada semakin berdekatan dengan Boy Wong, namun Boy Wong tetap berpegang dan tetap bertahan.
Yeah, he's still holding on somehow, but Shafiq Ali is still not going to be letting out the pressure all the way until the the end, it's pretty much going to be a heat here for the podium position because Shafiq Ali knows that no matter what, it's going to be a win-win for him either way. So he has nothing left to lose. Boy Wong still going a bit defensively, but still leaving a little bit of room there. So the thing is, Shafiq Ali is not able to get past anyway, so he will be able to stay ahead here going into turn 4. Boy Wong is. Shafiq Ali still calling very close. They will be coming out chicanes very soon. Will Shafiq Ali try to make a good move here? He has to do it because this is his last opportunity, but Boy Wong is still just that much ahead there, and Shafiq Ali didn't find the opportunity again, and he might not until the end of the race.
Satu perjudian yang boleh dikatakan besar daripada Shafiq Ali dan membawa kemenangan lumayan bagi dia dengan kedudukan nombor 4 ini. Walaupun sebanyak 22 lap telah pun dilengkapkan, telah pun diselesaikan, namun 22 lap itu mungkin tidak mencukupi bagi Shafiq Ali untuk merampas kedudukan podium daripada Boy Wong.
Yeah, but we have to talk about the man of the hour here, Freddie Ang, coming across the line. He wins in race 2. It was a very good result here, along with Rhythm Ho finishing ahead. And oh, there was a bit of a heat there between Shafiq Ali and Boy Wong, but Boy Wong still reigns supreme and takes away P3. Shafiq Ali will just have to settle for P4. And coming across the line now is Mark Darwin. What could have been today if Mark Darwin had finished on the podium? I guess it's something that he might be thinking about when he gets back into the pits.
Di mana bendera perpetak telah pun dilebarkan, the wave of the checkered flag, excuse me, maaf saya, telah pun diperhatikan bagi Freddie Ang, satu simbol kemenangan bagi dia, dan konsistensi telah pun diberi hadiah lumayan bagi Freddie Ang di dalam bentuk kemenangan di pusingan Super Sporting perlumbaan 2 ini.
Yeah, Boy Wong definitely feeling very happy there with his podium finish. He's waving to the marshals, waving to anyone who is watching from the sidelines here. But definitely a well-deserved podium position here for Boy Wong. But definitely, I have to give a shout out here to Shafiq Ali because, you know, watching the way he was driving after, you know, the initial contact with Brendan Paul, you know, you could tell that, you know, he was driving as he had nothing left to lose here. He was really trying his best there to get on the podium. It's just unfortunate that Boy Wong is such a formidable opponent there in P3, so he was not able to get past him, but his passes onto Brendan Paul, onto Mark Darwin definitely has been a highlight for this weekend.
Dan itulah dia tamatnya, selesainya pusingan ini di mana Super Sporting kategori telah pun siap dengan sebanyak 22 lap telah pun dicatat. Inilah kedudukan kesemua pemandu kita di kategori Super Sporting perlumbaan kedua ini di Toyota Gazoo Racing Festival yang kini berlangsung di Stadium Batu Kawan, Penang.
Yep, so first place, of course, taken by Freddie Ang for Telaga Mas Toyota. William Ho taking second for Toyota Racing. They both had a really hard fight towards the end. Boy Wong, of course, was victorious of the battle between himself and Shafiq Ali. So he takes P3, Shafiq Ali takes P4, Mark Darwin takes only P5. But Tengku Jan, you know, he rejoined the race, and I said it's going to be a really long shot for him to gain some points. And actually, Brendan Paul had actually retired from the race in lap 15, so that actually pushes Tengku Jan all the way up into P6 and puts him right up behind Mark Darwin in P5. So he actually has earned quite a bit of points there, and that might just be enough for him to maintain the lead when it comes to the championship for the Super Sporting class.
Boleh dilihat di muka Freddie Ang dan dahi Freddie Ang, hasil kerja keras dia telah pun membawa kemenangan dia, di mana dia berjaya untuk merampas kedudukan nombor 1 itu dengan konsistensinya. Inilah dia, kita punya bintang pada hari ini, Shafiq Ali daripada kedudukan nombor 7 berjaya untuk merampas kedudukan podium itu, tapi tidak berdekatan dengan Boy Wong. Namun keganasan yang telah pun ditunjukkan oleh Shafiq Ali berjaya untuk menangkap kedudukan yang lagi tinggi daripada mula perlumbaan ini.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and check out some of the highlights again for the race that we just witnessed. So again, it was pretty much a scrap from the start to the end there. The start was actually pretty clean, I have to say. There wasn't too much incidents going on to here, but it was only towards the middle there, which was turn number 4, where we saw tragedy struck onto Tengku Jian's car. Now, he was attempting to try to make some maneuvers up until then, but it was this point here in turn number 4 that he misjudged the exit coming out of turn number 3 and sustained a right rear puncher and that forced him to go into the pits to get a swap. But that left the door very much wide open here for Mark Darwin to try to gain some good leads here. But unfortunately, he wasn't quite able to capitalize too much, facing a bit of trouble trying to get past Boy Wong. Was able to keep his car in the way there, and they got into a bit of contact, but Boy Wong was able to recover very well there. And actually, Brendan Paul, he cut through the pit lane entry and hit the baller on the way that allowed him to get up front. Now, this was a battle we witnessed between Shafiq Ali and Brendan Paul, and this was a brilliant maneuver on Shafiq's part. He went for the fade on the outside. Brendan Paul moved to defend, but Shafiq Ali dove the way inside, forced his way through, and covered him on the exit. This is literally what we call shutting the door on your opponent. So brilliant move there by Shafiq Ali, but that was not the only move that he made, because he did another one again onto Mark Darwin, this time at turn number 3, just taking the inside there, doing a brilliant move. Mark Darwin had to move out of the way. There was no way he was going to be able to defend that, and pretty much the rest of the race here was focused on a battle between Freddie Ang, William Ho for P1 and Boy Wong, Shafiq Ali for P3, but the battle of attrition still reigns supreme here for Freddie Ang as he finished in first ahead of William Ho. Boy Wong finished ahead of Shafiq Ali to take third place on the podium.
Kami akan lihat daripada Shafiq Ali ya, dengan sebanyak 2 pemandu yang telah pun dilepaskan oleh dia berjaya untuk menangkap kedudukan nombor 4 itu. Memanglah satu persembahan yang cantik yang datang daripada Shafiq Ali. Haraplah dia akan dia akan berimprove lagi banyak lagi, akan menaikkan taraf pembawaan keretanya. Okey, so para penonton sekalian dan para hadirin sekalian, tamatnya pusingan kedua ini bagi Toyota Gazoo Racing Festival musim ketiga, di mana Super Sporting kategori telah pun selesai. Seterusnya kami ada satu lagi perlumbaan di dalam kategori Sporting Race. So kami akan berehat seketika dan kami akan kembali dengan komentar-komentar aksi hebat anda. So kami akan kembali balik pada siaran langsung ini pada 2:30 tengah hari nanti. Jangan ke mana-mana. Nama saya Nick Haris, bersama dengan saya adalah ahli komentar saya Victor Ang, dan kami akan kembali dengan aksi-aksi hebat Toyota Gazoo Racing musim ketiga.